Good morning, Gwanda. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, Kimberly. Let me find out BK Finance is up in the house today. Good morning, everybody. My name is LaRonda White, and I have the privilege today of speaking and chatting with one of my friends, sisters, and business partner. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, it's early. Grab your coffee. I have mine. Or if you're drinking wine or juice or water, have at it. It's too early for me for that. So grab your coffee. We're just gonna have a little girls chat this morning. Um, but yeah, share this live with anybody that you think that will be interested in just hearing about us having our discussions today. But again, I am the team leader of RocKandi Divas and Dudes, and today I have with me Miss Saquana Fowler, and we're just gonna chit chat for a little bit. So I'm gonna get out the way, and I'm gonna let Saquana introduce herself to you guys and let you know who she is.
Well, good morning, everyone. Um, so again, my name is Saquana Fowler. I am a five-star diamond, $250,000 team leader of BK's Finest with Bedroom Kandi. So excited to be here. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, but I am now, I guess some people would say I'm a Charlottean since I've been here for how many years now? 16 years. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina now, but I'm still always Brooklyn down to the bone.
Look, y'all know how them Brooklyn folks do, honey.
Yeah, look, I say I'm a balance now, right? I still have my ruggedness with Brooklyn, but a little bit of Southern charm. I'm right in the middle.
You're even chill. You're even chill.
Yes, yes,
Well,
even.
and I was going to ask how long you have been down here. So it's been 16 years. So in a little bit, you'll be here just as long as you've been, in New York. So yeah, you'll definitely be a Southern belle by then.
Right, right.
But yeah, so we just wanted to come, and I just wanted to, have a little chat this morning and just talk about just business and just like your journey with Bedroom Kandi. And I wanted us to kind of do a little storytelling this morning because a lot of people, they may know, and a lot of people may not know, Bedroom Kandi is the company created by Kandi Burrs from Real Housewives of Atlanta, or of the Shy, the group Escape. So we're actually in our ninth year. So this business was launched or originally, put out there back in 2011. Home Parties was launched in 2012. So what we basically do primarily is, our three things we stand on is earn, educate, and empower. But as a consultant, we mainly introduce people to Bedroom Kandi, our products, and we do home parties or virtual parties, as we will call them now. So I would like to ask you, Saquana, like, when did you first hear about Bedroom Kandi or know about this brand?
Well, I first learned about Bedroom Katie through you. So, so LaRonda and I originally met at work, and she started the business damn near when Bedroom Candy started. So she was going around the office asking, who would like to host a party for her. She just started this business, and I was really just thinking, oh, I love supporting people, of course. And what a great opportunity to just kick back and have some fun time with some of my friends and neighbors. So that's how I was first introduced to Bedroom Candy.
Okay, so did you not know about it or hear about it from
No,
Housewives, or you not a
I didn't.
watcher?
I don't think I knew about it. And I watched Real Housewives, but I don't think I really knew about it until you asked me if I wanted to do a party for you.
Yeah, and I think probably at that time, like you had to kind of be a watcher to pick up on it because it wasn't like it was heavily talked about on
Right.
the show or anything like that. So yeah, so I was the very first person to pop your cherry when it comes to Bedroom Kandi. Okay.
Yeah.
So like Saquana said, we worked together, and so that's how we met. We didn't know each other prior to working together, and we both started and was in training together. And so a lot of people, when they think about this type of business or starting this business, they, like, I don't know people, or who am I going to tell about it, or, who's going to support me. But as you heard, I mean, basically, I asked my new coworkers who I did not know from Adam, like, hey, y'all want to have a party? And I can't remember because I did have a launch party. Did you come to the launch party? I can't remember.
No, I didn't come to the launch party.
Because I always tell people like my launch party, and I didn't think that you did because it's like everybody that purchased at the party, the ones that didn't, they did host a party. So like even some of my coworkers that couldn't come to the party, they hosted as well too. So I couldn't remember. I didn't think so, but I could remember. But I remember because I started January of 2014 and my launch was February, like the week after Valentine's. It was February 21st, actually, because Valentine's fell on the Saturday that year. And Saquana held her party in March. And I remember a couple of the coworkers had parties and a couple of my friends had parties that March too. So when Saquana hosted her party, I wasn't even 60 days into the business. So and I remember it was her and another coworker that came together, and they're both Deltas. So they was like, we're gonna bring our Soras, and we're gonna have a party for you together. And Jerica was the same way. She's like, I want to help you. I want to help you with your business. So both of them, were my coworkers, and they were like, okay, yeah, let's we're gonna help you promote this business that I knew nothing about. So for the longest, well, let me ask you this, like well, you already said because you wanted to help, but like as far as back then, we were primarily, toys, sex toys or whatever. We had like some literature, and I'm trying to think, what did we have? We had a shaving cream, we had a body wash, but we didn't have an extensive line like we have now. So other than the fact of like wanting to help to support, what was your interest in the toys, or what was your knowledge of the products that was in the line?
Nothing. Like, I wasn't into toys or anything like that. I just thought it was going to be fun and I get to support someone in the meantime. I remember struggling to figure out, well, what do I want my hostess rewards, right? Because it was primarily toys. And I was like, I think I got some like tease and please stuff, some books and things like that, because that just wasn't something that I was into back then. But it was definitely a fun party. Everybody enjoyed themselves. No one would be able to tell that you had just started the business. You were phenomenal. So a lot of times, when we get started, we're thinking, oh, gosh, we have to be perfect and I don't know everything. But it's we don't know that because this is our first experience. So it's like, whatever you say, okay.
Right. I mean, and that's a good point too. And it's funny because coming from a person who didn't have knowledge of the industry and then having a hostess that's like, I don't really care about this either. I just want to have a good time. And we did. We had a good time. And if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure back then I still had that good old agenda, because that's what it was when I started. I had a good old agenda, but and I still had a room full of people that really wasn't my peers or people I knew personally. So it was a bunch of coworkers there. So it was people that I knew from work, but we just started this job like 2 or 3 months ago. So, we just started the job, but it was one of those unique situations where we spent a lot of time because we were training and, things were prolonged. So we spent a lot of time talking and getting to know each other. So I do appreciate, because I'm pretty sure I was very nervous. And then especially like, oh Lord, these people, I got to go back to work with these people, like what they gonna say about me. But it was a great party. And for the longest, it was like my best party on the books, like for years. I mean, 2-3 years later, it was the best party that I had. So it's interesting that coming from a person that really like, it ain't because I really want all these free and discounted products. And for me, like not really knowing what I'm doing, but just kind of like, I was basically on a training, had training wheels on my bike at your party. And then here we are later, able to sit and talk about it and laugh about it now. So, one of the things I said like earlier that we do is we educate, we empower, we earn. So that party was an example of me, educating the guests and giving them information on the products that we have, what Bedroom Kandi is, and then empowering, the women at the party, because it was all women at the party, empowering them just with conversations and just creating a safe space for people to be able to, talk about whatever they want to talk about, or explore these products if, they're interested in it, or their most intimate, conversations. So that's one of the things that we primarily do. And I can remember it being, a big party. And one of the things we talk about in Bedroom Kandi when it comes to like ordering and, people being able to ask those conversations, like having that private area. And I can remember us having like an area off to the side where people can come and place their orders. And I do remember us struggling, like trying to put something together, like, okay, Saquana, this is what you got. Like, even with it being a double hosted party, she still got some great hostess rewards. So it's like, okay, we got to get something. But like she said, back then, it was primarily toys, lubricants, and, things that make you warm up. So I think if I remember correctly, you are right. It was like some pleas and tease items, but we were able to get through that and get you to maximize your benefits. So let's fast forward. Like again, we work together. We're still working together. I've been doing my Bedroom Kandi thing. Like, when did Bedroom Kandi come up again for you after that moment?
So I was, follow you on social media on Facebook, and I would see you, doing your posts about the business and convention and your accolades. And honestly, I was just still rooting from you on the side, like, oh, that is so wonderful for LaRonda. This is great stuff. I'm so happy she's doing well. Never thought about the opportunity for myself at all. Until you went live, like how we're doing now with your leader, Frida Hobbs. And it was simply just talking about the business opportunity itself. And it was like a light bulb clicked. I was like, oh my, like, really a great opportunity. I would be a fool to pass this up. And because I knew at that point how much the line had expanded in more of a lifestyle, where, because I was thinking of a space before, I never really thought about the opportunity, because like I said, I was like, I'm not really into toys, so this is nice and fun, but really not something for me. But now I was like, oh my gosh, it's something for everybody. So it's not a saturated market. Let me call LaRonda and get some additional information. So after that was over, I immediately called LaRonda and just had a couple of questions, and I signed up the very next day.
But the funny thing about it was, we were talking about her hosting another party.
Yes, we were. Yes.
So as a consultant, like, again, that's what we do. Our goal is, we're always looking for our next hostess. We're at this point, I am building my team, but like, I'm not like approaching her about the business. Never had I approached her about the business. And we're talking like, 3 years later, 4 years later, but, there was a product, because like she said, our line had expanded. And actually there was a product that Saquana was like, oh, I want to try that, from a Facebook post. And she said, how much
like, I need some. I was like, well, what is this? I need it too.
Right. Because like you said, now we've added to the line, and like, there's these products that's like everybody can use. And so she was like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna buy it. I'm gonna have a party. So we were actually talking about having a party. And as a consultant, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Because we had like $1,000 party. I think it was $1,200 party before. Yes, honey, get those girls, get the Delta, get all of them people back over there, and let's have this party. But I can say, from just to kind of show you how the connections work in this business, from Saquana's party back then, I had customers that purchased, they would purchase from me. I've had customers that have hosted parties from, like her guests that hosted parties from Saquana's party, people that I now follow on social media, they follow me back. So that's what I love about this business, because you are able to connect with people that you can connect with them after the party. So it's not just going to the party, ooh, let me make some money, and then, okay, thank y'all, see y'all later. But this goes into this being a relationship business. So again, in the midst of us talking about her hosting another party, there's this live that I'm doing with Frida, my team leader, and Saquana like, wait, tell me about this. So if I remember correctly, I was like, oh, wait, okay, but again, it goes back to judging people too, because although I'm a leader, I'm building my team. I had other co-workers that had joined Bedroom Kandi under me that was a part of the team. But I probably would be safe to say I assumed that Saquana was just too busy. Like, she have children, she got a home, she works, she's doing other things outside of working. So I'm like, and unconsciously, I probably was like, she don't want to do no Bedroom Kandi, but so I never. And one of the things one of our coaches tell us is, how dare you, not give somebody the opportunity. Like, one of the things we're supposed to do, or like that, that you're doing in this business, is you always present the opportunity. Now, the opportunity can be the host. So I had that down pat. Like, I had that down pat trying to book that party, but not even thinking that this would be something she would be interested in as far as the business side. So when she sent me the message, it was like, wait, okay, girl, wait, hold up. Forget this soap, forget this party. Tell me about this business. So it's like, oh, okay. So everybody that's trying to grow that team, that's the $1 million thing you want to hear. Like, tell me about this business. Like, okay, girl, what's up? And I don't even know, was there like what was going on? What were we talking about? I don't know. Was it a kid special or just talking about the business?
It was a kid special. And I got the highest kit. And I was like, because for me, it was a no-brainer once it clicked. And honestly, LaRonda, if you would have presented the business opportunity to me before, I probably would have said, no, I'm good, because I just wasn't ready. Everybody has their time when it clicks. And I had gone, you did events and things like that. So I will come to your events. So I really saw the bigger picture based on how you were working the business. So all of those seeds were planting, and we didn't even know that that's what was going on, right?
That's a good point that you made too, because when you are building your team, when you are like in leadership, like again, you do present the opportunity, it precedes you. But then when you know people and you have a relationship with people, because like you said, it probably would have been a no. So that means not that my inkling was correct, but it was just not on my forefront to do that. So that's important to know too, when you're out here and you're in this type of industry and you're approaching people. Like, some people what's going on or what it is that they can fit in. Because again, your children were younger then. And I just remember you just being busy and just doing stuff. So so it just never crossed my mind at that time. But what you said is perfect. And it's kind of funny, because when I started the business, my form of recruiting, that I know that's what it was now, but that's not what I was doing, was just me sharing the opportunity with people. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. It's very lucrative. Shoot, y'all need to help me. These people want these parties, right? So I'm telling people, so I'm getting people to join the business for that reason, because there was a demand for it. Right. And if I think of, just thinking about the earlier people that I'm telling it to, it's my close friends, it's single moms, it's people that's going through a divorce, that's like, they could use some money. So that was me sharing this with them, like, this is some good money that y'all can come in and be a part of it. But like you said, those stills were seeds planted. And it wasn't until we were talking sometime last year or earlier this year about my first networking mix-up. And I was trying to explain to some of the team members, how it went or whatever. And you was like, I was there. And I was like, you was there. You've been at all of them. So like, literally, you have seen this growth from this cocoon to like what it looks like at parties, what it looks like at my very first event that was just very hectic, very overwhelming, but ended up being a good event. So yeah, you've seen it. So fast forward, you joined the business. So what was your reason for joining? So you said that you heard it was a good opportunity, like, oh, okay, this would be a no-brainer. But what was the reason that you joined this business? Like, why did you choose Bedroom Kandi?
Honestly, because I am a business-minded person. I went to college for business, and I knew that it was still a ground floor opportunity. and I knew it would be a lucrative business. So I thought the timing was perfect. I knew that it was a quality product because I've used it, and I know um, Bedroom Kandi as a whole really takes pride in what you put on and inside of your body. So I was like, you know what? I think this is a good fit for me. And I'm not somebody that feels like I'm not a salesperson, right? I really have to believe in the products that I am promoting. And so that's why I said this is a match made in heaven. It's a great opportunity. I know there was going to be a lot of growth because a lot of people have heard of Bedroom Kandi, but they don't really know about Bedroom Kandi. And I know that was a great opportunity that would benefit me, right? Because people are curious about it, they just don't know. And a lot of people have a misconception about what it's about. So that's my job, to be able to educate and empower people. And I like, supporting people and letting them welcome me in their homes, and supporting with friends and letting me be a part of the most intimate part of their lives. So all of that resonated with me. And I was like, but little did I know, really what it all entailed until I got into it. But that was my thought process back then.
And that's funny because on the surface, you got people that have this, like you say, preconceived notion of what it is, and or what we have or what we do. And even what type of person has to be the person that sells the product, or that's a consultant. And I've done other direct sales companies. I've seen how the makeup of other companies are. And so I always tell people, like, this is totally different. Like, it's a totally different atmosphere. The makeup is different. Not, here, like, just the hierarchy, just how things roll, the compensation plan. It's just different. And like, even though, like we said, we it's earn, educate, and empower, but also Bedroom Kandi does that for us. Like, their mission for us is earn, educating, and empowering as well. And then when you get in here, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold up. Oh, y'all really over here doing some work, and I can remember us having this opportunity event years ago in Columbia, and it was one of our BK sisters. She had came up from Goose Creek, and her husband came up with her because that was like a 2-hour drive or something like that. And so he's sitting in on the opportunity event, and he had a whole different like perception before he came to this event. And when he left, he was like, oh wow, okay, so y'all really do be talking business. So what has been one of the things that once you started this business, once you got going, you do have support of family and friends and the new people that you meet, but did you hear any mumbling and grumbling in the background?
No, I didn't. The only people mumble and grumble is my children when I'm out, like, oh gosh, here you go, passing out another business card.
Embarrassing them.
I'm like, no, this is a business, okay? That's really it. I've really had great support, thank God. And I think because people know the type of person that I am, and so I think because it's me presenting it, they have a different feeling about the business. It's like, well, it can't be sleazy if Saquana's doing it, because I'm not a sleazy kind of person. I think sometimes it really helps the way that you present the business, right? Like, I'm really excited. I let the people know that we're more than toys. I have so many other products for you. And I love the fact when I do parties that I always get the feedback. Oh my gosh, I learned so much. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that it was like this. And that makes me smile at the end of the day, because that's really what it's about, right? Letting people know, listen, and I tell them, we do have some great toys, honey. Like, I got you covered for that. But feeling confident about yourself happens way before you get there. And the fact that I am helping to improve people's lives really matters to me.
Yeah. And that's good, because, and what you said was big too, because I can remember being at a party a couple of years ago, and the girl was like, I want to sell it, but and I'm like, you know what? And she was like, I mean, don't you got to know about this stuff and be sexual? I'm like, no. And I'm thinking, what you trying to say about me?
Right.
Like, what we doing now? Okay, we just met and this is what we doing. So I like that you said that about about you not being that type of person, and that you don't have to conform to be this person in order to
Right.
be in this business. And I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and one of the things they said was, it felt good seeing different leaders do things different ways, because I can be myself. And I'm like, yeah, like who else are you gonna be? Like,
That's so important. You have to be authentically yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm like, who else are you going to be? And no, you don't have to take your clothes off. If you want to take clothes, that's your business.
Right.
Listen, I'm talking to a $250,000 team leader, number one, top in Bedroom Kandi, not just top on Team RocKandi Divas Dudes. We're talking about a top consultant in Bedroom Kandi and a top leader in Bedroom Kandi. And I ain't seen a nipple or a cheek yet.
None of that.
Look, the dungeon don't count, because we do a little stuff.
Cut up a little something sometimes.
Yeah, we got to show the spice sometime, but on the regular, collecting, getting the check, it ain't required no little nipple to be shown now. Okay, so that's good to know. And that's what we want people to know. Like, this is truly your business. This is truly what you envision for it to be. And a lot of people that have come from other companies, there's a lot of rules and regulations. Bedroom Kandis have rules and regulations. We got policies and procedures that you have to follow. But when you get to the nitty gritty of it's truly your business, like, this is really Kandi's way of giving entrepreneurship back to individuals, right? Yes. It's a form of entrepreneurship. So, okay, you've joined the business, you having parties, you having a good time, people are supporting you. When did your why shift? Like, when did you start seeing the bigger picture? Like, you came in and was like, okay, wait a minute. Oh, this what they doing? All right. So now, okay. So when did it shift for you?
When did it shift? I think once I really got started and really had the bigger picture of what the possibilities could be. Right. So I went to my first convention. First of all, goal setting is so important, and your leadership really played a huge role, because I just was thinking, okay, well, I'm coming in here and I do what I do and it is what it is kind of thing. And you were like, okay, so what do you want out of this business? What are your goals? So that made me start thinking about that. Right. So I first said, okay, I want to be able to cross the stage at convention. So I started October 2018. Convention was that August. You told me what I needed to do in order to guarantee that I crossed the stage, which is $1,001 at least for 6 months out of the year. So I was already 2 months into the Bedroom Kandi year, but I did it. And I was like, ooh, but at convention, that's when I saw the bigger picture. Like, this is how all recognition is done. These are the leaders. Like, it's attainable. If they did it, I can do it, kind of thing. So then you asked me after that convention, well, what is it that you want to do now? So now I'm like, ooh, I want to be a leader. That's what I want to do. And so that was, again, August, that October. October is the magic number for me. October, I had my first anniversary. And he is actually the man on fire this year for Bedroom Kandi.
Well, you had the man on fire the first year too.
Yeah, I had man on fire the 2000, what is 20. It? 1920, right? And then 2021 was man on fire from my team. And I was like, okay, I got my first team member, and I remember my goal was, I just want to hit silver. So I was like really working hard to be able to get to silver, because when you get to silver, you get auto assigns. Those are the people that just come to bedroomkandi.com and they have to be placed on someone's team, but you have to be a silver leader to be in that rotation. So that was my goal. And little did I know the floodgates would start to open. And I was like, oh my God. So you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I was positioned for success. And the majority of my team are not people that I actually knew, but we grew relationships. I'm here to support everyone and what they need to do. And little did I know, LaRonda, in such a short period of time, I mean, my gosh. I put diamond, which is the highest level of leadership, November. What was that?
So a year, it's like a year. It's like always like there's something.
Yeah, it's always that year. I'm like, wow. And then we became a $250,000 team this past convention. I'm like, oh, it'll be 3 years next month that I've been in this business. Mm-hmm. And so when I said I joined for the opportunity, mm-hmm. I really had no idea what that really meant. Mm-hmm. And I don't even really feel like I worked that hard. Like I need to push myself harder.
But you know what I think it is too? Sure. You just have a good work ethic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and it's funny that you said that because I was just listening to somebody that was talking about how, like what you just said, it, like we all have something special within us, right? But we don't always see what we have special within us. So we think, well, shoot, why y'all ain't doing this? This was easy. But it's not easy for everybody,
right?
Because you got some special sauce in there, right? So it doesn't feel like work. And that's what we desire, right?
I'm very passionate about what I do and I love it. So it's fun money. Yeah. Right? It is hard work. I'm not going to sit here and tell people like, oh, you just get to sit down and the customers come to you. You definitely have to do your part. Mm-hmm. But it's not taxing. Like, sometimes you go to work every day for somebody else and you're like, oh Lord, here we go. If you want to be successful, you have to open your mouth. Like Miss Chambers said, you want a little bit of money, then talk to a little bit of people. Like we got that bingo. I'm in everybody messenger. Oh, I got these numbers. You gonna play this bingo?
Right. But that's interesting because the I don't know, the downfall sometimes when people don't get the click, because again, we all came here for one thing and it shifts and it's going to shift again. If it's going to shift again, but you have some people that don't necessarily see the opportunity or it hasn't clicked for them. Maybe they're not there yet. And that's fine because I mean, Bedroom Kandi welcomes everybody. I know one of my struggles as a leader has been, oh my God, where these people come from? But it's like when you work a job, they have to go through the screening. Right. Bedroom Kandi, they don't necessarily have to go through the screening, Lord. Woo-wee. So when we say all are welcome, But it's a good challenge though, because it allows you to tap into some things within yourself that maybe you didn't know that you had. So I mean, you started in October. Like you said, you wasn't even here a full year because our year starts in August and it goes to July. And Saquana was number 1 on the team for that year. I remember your first year. That's when the dungeon tour happened with Candy Birds. And so what they did was the top consultants in the markets got to choose which tour they wanted to go to. And Saquana and myself, we went to the DC tour that year. And so you're not even, I mean, what is it 9 months in the business or not even 9 months in the business? So like, I think sometimes I've said this to Frida before that sometimes, I don't know, because when you have graced the stage from the jump, that's the bar is there.
Right.
The bar is there. And so when your work ethic is there as well, so that's just an expectation. So one thing that I know about you is, like you said, we sat down within 2-3 months of you starting this business saying, okay, yeah, I think I presented an opportunity. Okay, I want to work with some leaders. Let's sit down and set some goals. We sat down, we set some goals. And one of the things I always tell new leaders is, being the first year, you don't have no October or November of the year before to but it was how can I walk the stage? What do I need to do? So those were the goals that we set in order for you to walk the stage. And you've been walking the stage ever since. And so, and like you said, like as a leader, I can pinpoint my success or my leadership skills, or what am I doing? Am I being of service to, my leaders? Like, are they getting something from me? So the fact that, I may not necessarily have the statistics for my journey and my walk because I was new, I didn't know what I was doing. But now I can say, oh, there's Saquana Fowler. You can do diamond within a year. I mean, not diamond. What was it? What did you do within a year?
I was a 2-star perpetual boss within my year. My
Within
first
your year, but you did diamond within your 2 years.
yeah.
Right. So you did diamond within your 2 years. So I can say to people, which is the highest level as leadership, right? So when people say, well, dang, how long does it take? Oh, you can achieve diamond in 2 years because Saquana did it.
Yeah.
So
How
that's
long for you?
no. Oh, wait a minute. Shit,
It
Saquana.
seemed like I've been here forever, but it was it would have been
It was 2 years because you started in
yes,
18
yes, because this is going to be year 3.
because that
Yes,
was 20. Yeah.
right,
So
right,
you did diamond within 2 years and you did 250,000 within 2 years. I mean,
right,
like within, it hasn't
right,
been 3 years yet.
right,
So basically, you can come into this business and you can build a $250,000 team within 2.5 years in the business. You can achieve the highest levels in this business. But not only that, like she said, her leadership is only a year old, about
yeah,
to be 2 years old. So you built this team like within basically a year, and 2 years in a row, with the first year being your first year as a leader. The man on fire for Bedroom Kandi has come from your first line, from BK's Finest first line. So those are amazing statistics. But what I can say about Saquana is she's always been a student, always
always,
been a student. So if there's any type of training, anything she can learn, okay, or because I know what her goals are, right? This is her goals. This is what she want to do. So we're working together, we're collaborating, and we're coaching to that. And that's what I love about this business too, because it doesn't have to be one of those things where it's just, oh, LaRonda's the leader, she's the one that get all the shine. No, LaRonda's success comes from Saquana being a leader and
right,
Saquana getting a shine and she achieving $250,000 team and moving up the ladder and moving. We always say, who's going to replace me? Who is the person that's going to
right,
replace me? So that's where you can tick your success by the people that come that's actually replacing and doing what you're doing, because there's room for everybody at the top of the table. So let's talk about, before we get off of here, the $250,000. Let's talk about your goals for 2020, 2021, and when you started seeing the $250,000 and what happened.
so that is such a crazy story because my goal for the team was we want to hit diamond, so that's the highest level, right? So that was the focus, and so we hit it in November. And I said, oh, this is wonderful, we need to hit diamond again, we got to hit diamond again. So that was the focus. And so you were talking to the team about being $1 million team. So for RocKandi, this is going to be our year that we hit $1 million. And one of my team members, Faith, I think she's on here.
She's on here. Hey, Faith girl.
So she was listening to you talking about RocKandi becoming $1 million team. And so she calls me like, Saquana, you're going to be the next $1 million leader. And I was like, girl, get out of here. Like, we ain't nowhere near $1 million. You talking crazy. Soon enough, but not right now.
Right.
But that prompted me to actually go in and start calculating the numbers. See, I was never a numbers person. Because I was just focused on diamonds. So I would look at my monthly numbers, but not my cumulative numbers. So when I added it up, and I know, listening to you, talking about we're trending. So I was like, okay, we're here. And if we keep trending at the same monthly volume, we could really hit $250,000. So we were probably about, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 months before convention. So I calculated the numbers and I would tell the team, okay, so now we have two goals: to hit diamond again, and we have to hit $250,000. This is the difference that we would need. So every month I would tell them as we inch closer and closer. So we didn't hit diamond again, but little did I know. See, it was even better than hitting diamond again. We already hit diamond once. That's fine. That was good enough. We got that stamp of approval. So we got something even bigger by reaching a $250,000 team. So kudos to Faith. Seeds can be planted from anyone. Right. And that's why I feel that it's so important to stay plugged in. And I tell my team, you got to stay plugged in and you learn from different people. You've never been in the business long enough to be like, oh, I know everything and I don't need to hear anything from anyone. That's not true.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And you know what? It takes me back to last night Elite's call when Frida said, I failed miserably, right? So you hit diamond in November. So the goal is to hit diamond again, right? And we know when you hit a level, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to hit it again the next month, but that's the goal. So that's kind of our culture, right? So you're a diamond leader. So you're always going to be reaching for diamond. You didn't hit it. Team BK Finest did not hit it. So in the words of Frida, it appears that you failed miserably, but no, you did not, because although you continue to reach for diamond, it landed you in the $250,000 slot. Who would have ever thought it? And what I love about the story so much is that wasn't your goal.
No,
that was not your goal. Not for that year.
I would have never thought, LaRonda. Why would I think that we would be $250,000? My team was like $65,000, $67,000 the previous year.
Let's just say, look, let's just say $250,000, y'all, is at least $250,000. At least.
Can you imagine? I went from
60,000,
man, to this opportunity is real. Like, so I think Kwanda's on here too. Kwanda's somebody on my team. She had got started, but she didn't do anything with the business for months. And then when she finally actually got started, she was like, oh my gosh, I could kick myself. I could have been making money way before. Like, what was I waiting on? Because she was really just thinking about the discount. Like, I was like, you know, you can at least get your discount, because she would purchase from me. And now that the fire has hit, like, she's always number one on the team. Like, she come guns a-blazing, growing her team. Once you really see it, it's so, you know, as a leader, sometimes it's so frustrating because you're like, oh my gosh, you don't understand what you are missing out on. But I have to remember, like, I saw you for years and I didn't think anything about it, right?
Right.
So in due time, but oh my gosh, that's why I tell everyone about the opportunity, because I would be doing you a disservice by not telling you what the possibilities are in this market. Like, you know, people know about Bedroom Kandi, but they don't really know. Mm-hmm. People, other businesses, they're like, I know 5 people that sell that already. Like, you trying to figure out you can maneuver. This is a no-brainer. We got CBD, we got cosmetics, we have bath and body, we have a men's line, foreplay toys, education. Like, you can do so much with this business. It's insane.
It's insane. All I'm gonna say is, I mean, if you're bathing, Bedroom Kandi.
Hello.
If you're moisturizing your body, Bedroom Kandi. Yes. If you're putting on a little bit of lipstick, Bedroom Kandi, candy coated, whatever you want to call it. Like, if you need some mental health, stress relieving, Bedroom Kandi. If you got aches and pain, Bedroom Kandi. Whatever it we are a lifestyle brand. Like, get it out of your mind how we started, what we have. We're a lifestyle brand. What that means is we have something for everyone in your household. Everybody, from the little baby.
My children use the soaps. All our products are as all natural as we can possibly make it, vegan friendly. Like, my 12-year-old son asked for his soap. What 12-year-old boy? He's like, Mommy, my soap look like a SIM card. I need a new bar.
Lord Jesus, because he's like, if you got to order it, I need you to get it before
right. Like, I need my soap, Mommy. I need my soap right now, because he suffers from eczema. So it was really a relief for him. I can't. You know, people think that I be, you know, trying to sell things. I'm just telling you the truth. At the end of the day, I am 100% honest with what I'm telling you. And you are doing yourself a disservice if you have never used any of our products. Everyone loves our products, and I gift our products to people that's celebrating birthdays and things. So I had given the velvet scrub to one of my friends. That was one of her gifts. And so she texted me like, girl, I use that velvet scrub. Oh, I'm going to place another order. I love the way it smells. It has my skin feeling fabulous. Y'all better stop playing.
Listen, stop playing. I mean, what you said earlier, I ain't trying to sell you nothing. Right. Guess what? When you go to Walmart, Target, wherever you shop, the grocery store, they ain't trying to sell you nothing either. This is stuff that you need. This is what you need. We are problem solvers. So you got dry skin, whatever the case may be, this is what you need. So this was good conversation, Saquana. I do appreciate you coming in and chatting and just sharing your story, because I know that there's somebody out there that it will resonate with, or it'll be like, oh, wait a minute. So just like me and Frida was having a conversation years ago, and you were peeking in, and it was like, wait a minute, because what you said was, it's the opportunity. And the thing about opportunities is you don't know what that looked like or when it's going to present itself. So as long as you take advantage of the opportunity, the doors are endless as to what it can do in the open, what it can open you to. So you come for one thing, but there's so many other things that become, or that just, it's like an onion. Like you're constantly, when you think you like, okay, this is good, all right. But one thing that you said was, and I think that's the biggest thing with a lot of people is, if you don't make it or you haven't done it, it's not your story. It doesn't resonate. But once you tap into going to a party and having some fun with some people and their friends, and you walk away, I ain't even got no bag to show. I go my pocket right. And you walk away with about $600 in your bag. Not that you got to go get Bedroom Kandi, in your bag. Who ain't want to do that again?
Right. So and I'm in the mindset, like, what's the worst that could happen? You sign up, you hear about this opportunity, like, hey, I need to make some extra money. What is the worst that can happen? Okay, you get into it and you're like, I thought I liked it, but it's really not for me. That is totally fine. Pick up your marbles and leave, because it's not for everybody, right? It's not. But let me tell you, if you're trying to make a coin, it's a coin to be made over here. For sure.
It's a coin. Well, is there any do you have any other final words or anything you want to say?
Well, I do. I just wanted, so I am on a mission this year for my team to be a $500,000 team. I am looking for go-getters like myself, ready to hit the ground running, someone that's open-minded and ready to rock. And if that is you, I welcome you with open arms. If it's not you, maybe you know someone that you feel like could benefit from this opportunity. Always looking for hostesses, get some free and reduced price products, and always definitely looking for my customers. So you can experience Bedroom Kandi for yourself. I have about 3 numbers left in my bingo. I'm rocking and rolling. So if you want to participate, $20, you get 4 rounds, and we have some great products in all of our different product lines. So at least experience the products that way.
How can they find you and how can they sign up?
So go to bedroomkandi.com/9812. My consultant ID is 9812. You definitely want to sign up under my team. Don't get auto-assigned. My team absolutely adores me, and I love them back. We are such a family, and that's the last thing I want to say, LaRonda. This community is something like you have never experienced in your life. And that is another reason why people are so successful, because you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's just my lineage, like BK's Finest, RocKandi Divas, Team Innovate, Team Everything Sexy. Those are all of my leaders. Everyone, including the leaders and the members, are always there to make sure that everybody succeeds, because we know it's enough money for everyone. And for us as a people, it can be shocking at times, because normally we like crabs in the barrel, like I'm not doing that. I'm not helping you, because if I help you, that means I'm losing out. We do not function like that at all. And sometimes that's a culture shock for people. They can't believe it. They waiting. I've heard people say, no, y'all just doing that in the beginning. Like, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then they're like, wait, this is real? Like, seriously? We have team parties to get people started immediately, where you don't even have to do the demo, invite guests, and you make the money. We have one on the 19th. So if you sign up today, you'll be in position to start making money next week.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
That's it.
That's it. This was good. The only thing I will say about money is, because like you said, I think it's a culture thing. I think it's a culture shock. But when we change the mindset about money and what money is just a tool. That's just a tool. So just like you can go to the store and buy a toolbox, and your neighbor can go to the store and buy a toolbox, it's plenty of toolbox for everybody. So it's the same thing with money. If the Lord is blessing with some money over here, guess what? It's a tool. The Lord can bless you with money over here. So me sharing with my sister, or me saying, hey, let's get this money. She ain't taking no money from me. Right. I ain't taking no money from her, because guess what? She get her money, I get my money, because the money is all around us to get it. Yes. So if you want to get the money, if you want to grab the money, please contact Saquana or myself or whoever. Like, go to your consultant so you can figure out how to get, because I don't know nobody that don't need the money, because it's some bills that need to be paid. Hello. Children, they like to eat. So yeah, let's go get the money, because I got to feed my children right now that's texting me. So Saquana, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for trusting me to come on this crazy journey with me. Congratulations on an amazing year. Shout out to BK's Finest, because honey, they like the underdogs. They like, listen, we may be the silent killers. We the silent killers. They the silent killers. Exactly. So again, thank you. Have a great rest of your morning. I
appreciate you and all of that you do for our team.
Yes. Listen, that's what we're here for. We're gonna do this thing together. For sure. We're gonna do it together. Bye, y'all.
Bye.